Today we are in the third week of our lesson about social dances and dance mixers. Last week, we learned the basic steps of cha-cha-cha and waltz. These dances seem effortless to look at, but it requires a lot of talent, skills, and patience to execute properly. Performing the said dances, we may encounter injuries anytime, and so we must learn how to treat and prevent it. But before we start, let's answer these warm-up questions. Number 1. What kind of injury happens when two bones that come together to form a joint becomes separated? The correct answer is dislocation. Second question. This injury happens when you twist, pull, or tear a muscle or tendon. The correct answer is strain. The third question is a type of injury resulting to the break of the bones. The correct answer is fracture. And lastly, this injury happens when you stretch or tear a ligament. The correct answer is sprain. Did you all get it right? Excellent! We are done with our warm-up questions. I think that you already have an idea of the topic that we are going to discuss, which is about first aid for injuries and emergency situations in physical activity and dance settings. This week's lesson aims to first, discuss the objectives of first aid. Second, identify the common injuries that may occur in physical activity and dance settings. And third, apply the appropriate first aid techniques for injuries and emergency situations in physical activity and dance settings. So, are you now ready to start? Dance is a physically demanding activity. Dancers perform repetitive movements for several hours a day. Studies have shown that dancing 5 hours a day or longer leads to an increased risk of stress, fractures, and other injuries. We have to be prepared on injuries that might happen anytime. Learning how to apply basic first aid procedure is very helpful for such instances. First of all, what is first aid? First aid is an immediate and temporary care given to a person who has been injured or suddenly taken ill. It includes self-help and home care if medical assistance is not available or delayed. The objectives of first aid are: 1. Alleviate the suffering. 2. Prevent further injury or danger. 3. To prolong the life of the person. These are the common injuries that one may experience when dancing. First one is sprain. Sprain is a stretch or tear of a ligament, the band that connecting the tissues, the joints, end of the bone with another. The second one is strain. A twist, pull, or tear of a muscle or tendon. Tendon is a cord of the tissue connecting to a muscle. Third is also known as broken bone, which is fracture. It's a condition that changes the contour or shape of the bone. Fractures often occur when there is a high force or impact put on a bone. And lastly, dislocation. When the two bones that come together to form a joint become separated. The joint is being described as being dislocated. Contact sports such as football, basketball, and lacrosse, as well as high-impact sports that can result in excessive stretching or falling, cause the majority of dislocations. Now that you have learned about different kinds of injuries, it's time for us to learn how to give the right treatment to it. RICE method is the method used for treating minor injuries such as knee or ankle sprain. By using this method, it relieves pain and swelling and promotes healing and flexibility. The RICE method stands for R, rest, I, ice, C, compression, and E, elevation. You can treat minor injuries with the RICE method at home. You might try it if you have an achy knee, ankle, or wrist after playing sports or dancing. If you have pain or swelling that gets worse or doesn't go away, you have to consult a doctor. How to properly apply the RICE method. R for rest. Rest the injured part. Avoid any activity that causes pain or makes it worse. How to rest an injured part? You can use crutches if the leg, foot, or ankle is injured. Second, you should also apply support on an injured wrist, arm, or shoulder with a sling. I for ice. Ice is an excellent anti-inflammatory and it can reduce swelling and pain. How to apply ice to the injured part of the body? Apply an ice pack or cold compress for 10 to 15 minutes. Protect your skin with a thin cloth. Do not direct the ice to the skin or the body. C for compression. Compression also reduces swelling. How can we apply the compression? Use elastic bandages for at least 2 days. Check if the bandage is snug but not too tight. Take the bandage off at night. E for elevation. Elevation drains fluids from injured tissues. How to apply the elevation? Try to keep the injured area at above the level of your heart. These are home treatment procedures that you can apply for injuries such as sprains and strains. Number 1. Apply the RICE method. Number 2. Do not apply heat during the first 2 days as this will only increase swelling. Third, use paracetamol for the first day of the injury to reduce pain without increasing bleeding. Fourth, if available, apply arnica oil to reduce the swelling. Fifth, remove any rings immediately if the injury is to the hand or to the fingers. After 48 hours, start moving the limb gently, but only enough not to cause the pain. 7. Gradually increase the range of the movement. Lastly, consult a doctor if the situation gets worse. It is being said that prevention is better than cure. In order to prevent such injuries, you have to get yourself into shape gradually with a graded exercise program. Listen to your body. Warm up properly and cool off after exercising. Use proper equipment and the correct techniques. Do not carry heavy objects, watch where you step, and keep your home safe. To prevent falls, older adults should keep their muscles strong by exercising or doing Tai Chi. Now we are done with our lesson for this week. To ensure that we have learned the lesson, kindly answer the following questions. Question number 1. It is an immediate and temporary care given to a person who has been injured or suddenly taken ill. It includes self-help and home care if medical assistance is not available or delayed. The correct answer is first aid. Did you get it right? Now let's move on to the second question. This method can relieve pain and swelling and promote healing and flexibility to injuries such as knee and ankle sprain. The correct answer is Rice method. And the last question is, which of the following is not an objective of first aid? Letter A, to alleviate suffering. B, to prevent added or further injury or danger. Letter C, to worsen the injury or the situation. Or D, to prolong the life of a person. The correct answer is letter C, to worsen the injury or the situation. Did you get all the answers correctly? Great job! I hope you enjoyed watching and learning about first aid for injuries and emergency situations with me. You did a great job listening and studying for this week's lesson. Once again, I am your teacher, Generous Joy Alarcon. See you again next week. Bye!